Welcome back to Spectacle Island for episode 30 with me, Mr. Sealy P. It's 8:06 in the morning. I'm heading down to the biogas plant. You'll see why in a moment. I have a trailer on the back with eggs because I've got some eggs to sell. Quite a bit has changed overnight. I've been busy. I kind of decided to get an early start on it. We got paid out for what thought we sold at the biogas plant yesterday, and at midnight we got paid out for it. And I suddenly thought to myself, well, hang on a minute, what if the silage is fermented here? So I had, what was it, 1.5 million, wasn't it? Just over 1.5 million litres. So just after midnight, I thought, right, let's start selling it. So I went and grabbed the conveyor belt. I've been putting it into the trailer. Actually, that might be how we're looking. But it needs to be moved. And I've been selling it. So from midnight, so for the past 8 hours, we've been getting rid of the stuff from here. And as you can see already, why is that not? That's odd. That's been working absolutely perfectly. Now it's decided, nah. What's going on? Turn on bell, that's what I thought that's what I was doing. Apparently not. So yeah, we're going to get paid out for all this at midnight. So that's going to be a massive payout at midnight. But even better than that, if we go and check into this menu here, we've got 534,000 litres of digestate on hand to be sold. The slurry yard is buying it at 1,272, which is not one of the highest prices I've seen, but it's over 1,000 for 1,000 litres. And when you've got 500,000 litres plus to sell, that's going to be a big chunk of money. So absolutely awesome. What I will do though is once this is filled, I'll back it round, we'll put it into there because that will take 120,000 litres. That needs to be done. So that's the first couple of jobs. That's what we're going to be doing. I also overnight, so the money went up, the money went down. I purchased field 12, didn't I? And I'm ready to plough that out. I also bought field 13, but that's got corn in it, which is ready to harvest, which obviously I can't touch yet because it's still pouring with rain, unfortunately. So this field will now extend much further out. That's going to be one big field. Bigger fields, bigger harvesters. So I've bought my second harvester. I also sold my first harvester. The Axion's gone, and I have replaced it with an identical one to my new one. So I've got two identical harvesters, and the harvester itself isn't bigger, but the tank is. You already know, don't you? Of course you do, because I probably will have used it for the thumbnail. So anyway, that's where we're at. I need to get rid of the eggs, sort this out. Once this is full up again, why is that not unloading into there? Because it's not far enough out. Let's drive the lorry forward a bit more. Actually, not what I'm going to do. Actually, how much have I got left in here? 356,000. Is that all? God, I got rid of so much. To be fair, I think the digester or the digesters are processing on here a higher rate than standard biogas plant digesters, because you often find with some, when you've got over 1 million litres to get rid of, it can take all day. It will just chug away and chug away and chug away and chug away, and you just think to yourself, I'm just not getting anywhere. Those days of emptying a 4 million litre silage clamp in one day, I think that was one of the big changes between 17 and 19. I remember playing on Ravenport. And the first time I did silage, thinking, why is it taking so long to process? It just seems so much slower than it had previously been. Obviously, it depends if you've got modded ones. Modders can sell it to whoever they want it to be. And what I'm going to do is drive further forward, which means I haven't got to move the belt as much. That should help. Okay, so you don't just want to see me doing this. While I'm getting this into place, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody for their birthday wishes, well wishes, good wishes, have referred to them. It is very much appreciated. Do you want to hear the latest? I mean, I don't know whether you care, whether you're interested or not. I know some of you will, some of you won't, but that's fine. So after the recent household plague, and I said that we weren't going away in the end because my eldest daughter had tested positive. She lives in a different house with her boyfriend. She's not sure where she got it from, but she tested positive, and we'd been at her house. We'd been there for the day on last Sunday for Sunday dinner, and so we had to isolate, which meant we couldn't go away, which is one of those things, can't do anything about it. So, great. So on my birthday, my wife and the rest of my kids were all trying. I mean, bless them. I got some fantastic gifts, and we had a great day, and my wife cooked one of my favourite meals that she does. She makes a lasagna, but with chorizo, a chorizo lasagna. Oh, it's amazing. Anyway, we had that. I only went and put my back out, didn't I? During the course of the day, do you know what I did? It's happened a few times in my life. My dad used to suffer with really bad back problems. And he actually put this big bar, almost like a scaffold bar, across the top of our stairs when I lived at home when I was a kid. And my dad would get up every single morning and he would hang from the scaffold bar because he used to slip discs quite badly. And you'd hear his back go clonk, 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 you know, and it'd be all right. I've had it happen a few times in my life, bad back, nothing too bad, you know, you tweak a muscle, something like that. Oh, this is horrendous. It's been, well, Friday, Saturday, I'm recording this Sunday. I can't stand up straight. I can't sit for too long. I can't stand for too long. Can't lay down for too long. The pain is excruciating. I've tried all sorts. So, yeah, brilliant. It's just, you couldn't make it up, could you? It's having a great old time. But yeah, so I haven't been sitting for very long. I apologise to anyone who haven't been on my comments on YouTube or Facebook for an age. I mean, a really long time. And I'm so sorry. You know, with various different things and being ill, you know, the last couple of weeks, and then my back going and being my birthday and stuff. You know, to be honest with you, if we were going away on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, coming home Tuesday was what the plan originally was. I had prepared 2 or 3 videos that I was going to schedule to post while I was away, but I wasn't going to do any mod reviews, and realistically, for 2 or 3 of those days, I wasn't going to post anything at all. So I do apologise if people were hoping for responses, or you've asked questions that you wanted an answer to, and you haven't got that answer. I honestly am so sorry. I would need to get back onto it, and as soon as I can. Again, I'm not complaining. It is what it is. I'm just saying why there may be a bit of a delay. Anyway, I've whittled on long enough. I hope this rain's going to stop soon. I've got work to do. I suppose I can start ploughing out the gap, can't I? I was hoping to get the other field all going at the same time, you know. Let's stick that just there. Other thing, I had a bit of a mishap overnight. Someone stole my lorry. This got nicked, which was great. So I had to replace that. If you know why. You know why. Now, these are both full. Oh yeah, that was the thing. I've kept my other trailer. It's down at the docks, but I bought the Berkman because the Berkman can be towed by the Land Rover better for bringing me egg pallets down. I haven't got to use a tractor for doing it. Those are both full, and I had a load of spare ones. These I'm going to sell at Granny's. These I'm going to sell at Portside Cafe because I can't sell those at Granny's because I can't get through the door. Those I can. So the first thing we're going to do is head there. hopefully. I'll do. Yes, I'll do a few head boxes there, then I'll take the other ones to the Portside Cafe. At this point in time, I'm not necessarily looking for the best possible price at Portside, whatever the price is, because I'll be honest, the chickens are worth their weight in gold. Because I'm up to, I think I'm full at 500 now, and they're producing so many eggs, and with the prices being pretty good on here, I am making a fortune off them. I'm putting a bit of wheat in. I think I might have used all the barley and putting a bit of wheat in every now and again. Okay, I'll cross the grass here. And you know, when I'm selling one of those big boxes, reusable ones, full for 25 grand, I have not put 25 grand's worth of feed in. So perfect. Stop the engine. Hop out. So let's take one of these. See what we get for a single box. I don't think I can carry two at a time. I was going to try that. Probably get half price now for a box of broken ones. I do not want to lose this in the water. Just to get an idea. It's not going to be mega money for a single one. That's the only downside to it, is when you sell those big boxes full of them, because the money goes up so quickly. It's like, whoa, that's amazing. When you do a single box, you think, oh, it's not as much as I thought it was going to be. To be fair, for a single box of eggs, 1,046. Okay, right, I'm going to see in a little while then. I'm going to get rid of all the rest of my eggs, go back up to the yard. Hopefully more of the silage will be digesting. What I might do, I need another lorry now really, don't I? That's what I should be looking at getting. Do you reckon a second lorry? Because at the moment I've got one that's unloading the biogas plant, but I need to start moving, while it's still raining and I can't do any harvesting, I might as well start shifting some of that digestate over and selling some loads of digestate as well. I suppose I could get a dolly, couldn't I? Although most of my tractors are in over at fields 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I'll buy 13 as well. In preparation, so maybe. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to make a load of money on the digestate. I might as well invest in another lorry. Let's do that. Eggs sold. I got just under 25 grand for each one. I have filled up the pig straw. I did straw pellets. I thought rather than take it back, I'm going to leave the straw pellets there on the floor. I know they'll probably get a bit soggy in the rain. Then whenever it needs refilling, I can just scoop some more in. I was going to put a bale in, or sit a bale there, but I thought, to be honest with you, I probably need all the bales I've got at the moment. I've got plenty of stuff to do in TMR. I don't think I have to worry for quite a while. We want this one, don't we? 558,000 litres. Yeah, so I'll do a few loads of this while it's still raining. With what we're going to make off this one load and what we just made from the eggs, that covers the cost of this new lorry. So the other one is down there. So, but you can't put numbers on these actually. I suppose doing different colours would have been a better idea, but I didn't. I have no excuse, I just didn't do it. What are you going to do? I'm on the hunt now again for next map. I've been thinking, not that I'm leaving this one anytime soon. I've got a few more things I want to do, but again, you kind of get to that point, you start thinking, okay, what is there new? My quest to open up the whole of Field Island and get a massive field. I'm heading towards that quest as we speak. But you start thinking, and I've said this before, about what jobs haven't I done, what jobs could I do? Have I shown off all the features of the map? I think so. I think all the different things you can do. What is going on? Now this lorry has had an update. That's why it disappeared. And now it's got absolutely zero power. What is going on? This didn't have any problem pulling anything before. Let me just check that. Please tell me if I check the mod hub and see what it says for the changelog. I haven't changed the power. No, changelog. Added MAN 41403, VFZ 8x4, truck with hook lift, Powfinger P75. Now I know this is carrying 64,000 litres of digestate in the back, but my previous version of this I've had no issues whatsoever. Okay. It's picking up a bit of pace now. Strange. Probably a bit more realistic, I guess. It's 414 horsepower. It's not excessive. When you've got some of the ones modded now that can go up to 1,723 horsepower. Yeah, even reversing though, that seems very sluggish. How peculiar. Still like that. Such a child. Right, okay. So I'm going to do a few loads of this off screen. Just because... Oh no, that's what I said. I can't start the harvesting, but I can start clearing the field, the other field. I'm going to do that. Because that, I think the whole field needs ploughing out, doesn't it? That's what I said before. Field 12, because I had sugarbeet in it, I'm pretty sure... Yes, it needs ploughing. So I need to plough the gap between. I think there's a couple of trees here that can prevent a nice smooth transition between the two. I'm going to have a bit of a bump there. So at some point I might come back with the Devourer and take a couple of trees out. So it'll be the divide between, or yeah, between there. And when that's harvested, I'll do the gap between there and there. This will be all one huge field. So providing the price doesn't alter, 81, nearly 81.5 grand for each load. It's the beauty on this map of doing silage. Or at least selling at the biogas plant. Good price for the silage. Great price for the digestate as the byproduct. Win-win. Two loads of digestate down, another one filling up. Like I said, a lot of my tractors are up here. I've got my fertiliser, I've got lime, because any bit on Plow new is going to need lime. I don't know if the actual field needs lime. So what I'm going to start off by doing is the gap between the two. We'll open that out. Actually, that's a good point while I'm here. Just so remember, there's that tiny little bit I missed before. And that really annoyed me when I came to the fertiliser, and I thought, hang on a minute, what's going on? Hang on, triangle, drop it down, boom, done. Right. We'll see what I mean as we get further up to the top end. Where I cleared the trees before, there's a few that are just kind of in the way. This is going to be a huge field. Yeah, I want this left-hand side of the island to be one big field. I don't know about the other one, whether I'll move on and do the other side or not. Haven't really decided. Yeah, just those two. That's annoying, isn't it? Well, I'll go around them for the time being. Adds a bit of character to the field, doesn't it? Do that. And then from there, let's put that back in and kind of just swing around. Lovely. I can do a bit of the boundary between these two, but I won't go, I don't want to connect it completely just yet. I'm just going to harvest that field for its corn. I'm not doing a silage harvest on it or anything like that. Yeah, there's a few here I need to take out if I want to do a straight run through. So yeah, I'll get the Devourer at some point. We'll come up, get a few more trees out, which will give me a few more wood chips, but helps me remove them. I'll just swing around it for the time being. I'll tidy the rest up later on. Awesome. Awesome. I don't always do this on Matt. I know I did it on Stone Valley. I think I connected a few together, didn't I? I made quite a large one. I think it was around field 2 and 3, and yeah, that was pretty big, wasn't it? This one's a completely different landscape. Now, as far as the new harvesters go, they are now coming into view. I like them. But then that's me. And I'm a bit of a nutter. Well, I can be. I don't want to say that. Sometimes I do things that are a bit peculiar and kind of defy logic. Other times, to me, they kind of make sense. But I've got the twin screw XBR2s by J.A.Modding. I was going to buy one and have it with my Axion. Because of the large tank... Oh, yeah, I've got trees there I've got to take out, haven't I? Yeah, we're definitely getting a Devourer. So I thought, if I'm going to get one, because of the large tank capacity, I've gone for the much larger tank capacity. As I said, bigger fields, bigger harvesters. I thought I'll just replace it, and because for the, is it 29,000 and something litres, when I bought the second one, my second harvester, it I was only 230 odd grand, and I thought, I'm sure the Axion cost me like 400, and you know, it was a crazy amount of money. So I sold the Axion, bought a second one of those, and still had some money left over, which worked out really well. But here's the problem I have. In going through some of the comments a few days ago, a few people had commented to say there was a discussion going on, I think on Facebook as well, that J.A.Modding is doing an update because the horsepower isn't right. It doesn't like going up hills. And it does have the recommended headers that are by a couple of different people. My mind's gone blank. Who were the recommended headers by? It was the John Deere corn headers were by J.A.Modding themselves. Oh yeah, the John Deere 600F series, wasn't it? By Steenkamp Modding and AFModding. So the conversation was being had that if you're using any other headers, especially the larger ones, it doesn't like it very much and it doesn't run properly. So now to say I'm a little bit worried. I already had the large header for the Axion, and I had the large HR16 corn header, the HR16. So all I did was change the colour schemes of those so they matched up with the twin screw. But then I bought a second one of each of those, thinking absolutely brilliant, you know. Have these twin screws, twin harvesters, very nice indeed. But now I'm not sure. So when the rain stops, we're going to see. It's going to be a test. If anything else, we're going to see if it works. If it doesn't work, wondrous. What we're going to do now is just check this. That all needs doing. Let's turn the ploughing off. Oh no, okay, so it's just going to be the outer bit that I freshly cut between the two that's going to need a bit of lime. The rest of the field doesn't, but it also needs fertilising. So what I might do is whiz the fertiliser over first. Yeah, I'll fertilise what I've done first, then lime the bits in between, then plough out. That way I should still get my two fertilising states on here. Yeah, and then when that field's done and that's all blended together, I did say probably going to do a big old barley harvest. I don't know why barley in particular. It's not a cash crop. I suppose I could do a huge soybean, couldn't I, again? But I'm not having too much problem making money. It's one of those maps where there's plenty of options, and I haven't done that hardly any petroleum runs. I have hardly done any propane runs. I've done maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4, I think, over the span of what we're on, episode 30. I could have been doing one every day. You know, I did it on Sussex Farms. I'll do a fuel run every day, a water run every day, you know, and you kind of ticked over. But once I got established, I'm making money in other ways. Yeah, admittedly, the digestate on here pays out very well, which in a lot of maps it doesn't. Admittedly, the biogas plant is, you know, they're normally about 360, it pays 720. So there are ways of making money. Yes, I put the gold production in there, so we're doing gold smelting. The price, by the way, on that has dropped now. It's down to 14,000 for a bar. Which, you know, again, for a bar, and all I've had to do is provide propane for that. You know, it's hardly a problem, is it? So the concept now of having a cash crop isn't as important, especially as well, because we're selling all the stuff at the biogas plant at the moment. We're going to get another big payout on midnight. So we're going to be okay financially. I could even potentially get a third harvester, which I might well do. We'll see how those operate when the rain stops, and then I'm dreading it now. I think it's going to be a nightmare. I'm going to realise I've made a massive mistake. Then to get them to work, I'm going to have to buy smaller headers, and so whilst it has got very large capacity, I suppose, you know, that's not as bad. It just means you have to unload as often, you know. It may have a smaller header, they just keep running in the field, you just won't have to unload as often as you would do normally. It's, you know, I suppose it has its benefits. It's just as well for the OCD people out there, and I wouldn't say I'm full, I'm on the spectrum of OCD, because it's John Deere corn headers and the 600F, and those aren't ones you can change the colour of. You've got that mismatch of colour schemes. I know it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter, but it does. Oh man, this rain. Just stop already, please. If the rain carries on like this for much longer, what I might even do is grab the Devourer now, do another run of digestate, grab the Devourer, clear those trees out, and I'm good to go for when the rain does stop. I might just do that. Animals are doing well, livestock's all doing fantastic, the pigs are still, you know, producing their own mini army. Up to 73 now. What were we at the other day? 60? What was something like that? Every production rate every 2 hours. That's quite cool, isn't it? Our milkers, our milk sheep are doing well. I've got a load of milk to get rid of there actually. I'm going to have to do some produce runs, I think. These sheep, 61,608 litres. Remember, we've got that oversized pallet, the is it the Missy B one? Yeah. And that takes 64,000 litres. I think I went for the 64,000. So once that hits full, we can stick that onto the ferry / barge, the barge, and we can go and sell that. Like I say, chickens. Oh, we're 3 or 500. We're going to be there in no time. Oh no, we're not, are we? Because we've got 3 roosters. So yeah, I mean my ratio of roosters to chickens isn't great, but we're not having any problem whatsoever. Gold productivity, yeah, that's fine. I've got 1 full gold wild bar, and there should be another one to go. And cows, yeah, just absolutely brilliant. We're up to 38 we got in there. I might stick some more cows in, actually. As soon as we're going to make a load of money over the next 24 hours, maybe we need to increase our herd. The others are all doing okay, but I think maybe the herd needs to be increased. Got 22,000 litres of milk sitting there. So yeah, between the sheep milk, the cow's milk, the wool, we do have a load of stuff to sort out. Right, what I'm going to do now is get out of the way. The problem with this is lime being a powder, and you wouldn't be doing this in the rain, really. Was that one lime? Yep. Seeing as well where we've been, where we need to go. Let's overlap a little bit. About there. check the map as we go. Yep, that's nice. Oh no, I was going to... I'll have to stick my second load of fertiliser down once I've seeded. I just suddenly thought I was going to fertilise first, then do the liming, and then I can do a second one over the top of the lime, because technically I've changed the state, but that's okay. It's alright. Okay, so if the rain really doesn't stop for absolutely ages, I just want to see if these harvesters are going to work now. I'm so stressed. We had some pretty serious thunder here the other day, actually. Farm dog hates it since he was a pup. I mean, let's be honest, there aren't many dogs that do fireworks, thunder, that kind of stuff. And even when, if it starts to get dark and it starts to rain heavily, he starts to panic, because I think he thinks it's going to start thundering, you know. But since he was a pup, I don't know why he does it. It's that kind of tornado, hurricane thing. He takes himself to the sort of most secure part of the house. He goes either at the top of the stairs, and our stairs go up, and we've got a bedroom off, and then he goes right in the gap between the two, so he sits on the landing at the top of the stairs, or under the stairs where I am, where I do my recording. He comes belting down and comes right under the stairs, sort of he looks for the most secure spot. Or he's just looking for protection from me. I'm not too sure, not quite sure how. So we become thunder buddies then, you know. But he will just sit and shake uncontrollably until it stops. It's quite sad to see. I don't ever like to see any animal in pain or distress or anything like that. When it's your own animal, you know, I don't know. I've become a softie in my old age. Finally, at 10:34, the rain has stopped. So, ploughed out, and as you've seen, trees cleared all up the side of there. Did a few down this side as well. I think ended up with 2 full loads of 90,000 litres. I grabbed a tree from over here somewhere, I think it was, just to make up the last one. I've done another load of digestate. However, the price of digestate plummeted from 1,272 to 783. So, yeah, won't be doing any more of that for a while. Although, actually, that's what I was going to check. If we go back up. Yeah, it's climbing again. The silage clamp is empty, but the trailer has got 200,000 litres in it. So all I'll do is I'll keep emptying from there, and we should be good to go. Now we have the problem. Am I going to be living in a broken dream? I like that song. Python Lee Jackson. That was with Rod Stewart, wasn't it? If I recall correctly. It's a fantastic song. So, is my dream of running 2 of these with huge capacity going to be an absolute nightmare? Capello was the word I was looking for earlier. These are big headers. I don't know if they're going to touch the ground, and if they do, it could be an issue. If they don't, it might be alright. Now, do I need to open the harvester? I haven't folded at all. What have we got? That's what I'm trying to do. Right. Okay. No way. Doesn't have the horsepower. It's a broken dream. As soon as I turn it on, it hasn't got the horsepower to run the header and to move the harvester. No. Hang on. So it'll do it like that. But as soon as you turn it on... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That's what people were talking about. Well, that's word to the wise, word of warning. 306 horsepower. Which means what I've got to do now is, well, hopefully this gets an update. No, do I just sell these headers and go for smaller? Do I go for smaller Capellos, or do I go for the ones that are saying required mod? So I just lease a smaller Capello first. Let's give that a go. This runs at 31 miles an hour, so we'll get there and back in no time. I'll try one. If it will run with a smaller header, great. If not, we might have an issue. Oh, it's so frustrating. Trouble is, how small do I go? Do I go for the next one down? So go from the 12 metre to a 9, or do I go down to a 6? Like I said, it's not so bad, because with 2 running, I was just hoping to get the field done a lot faster. But because the tank's larger, it will just go for longer. Once I can hire a worker, it will just keep chugging away. That probably also means those big old 45-foot draper headers that I've got aren't going to work either. Oh no. Oh no. Oh well. I still love the look of it. I know a few people have said, oh, it's horrible, it's ugly, it's boxy, I don't know what is about it. I'm going to go this way, only because the path is a little bit narrow there. Oh, that's what I was going to say as well. Milk production for the sheep here. I think I showed it the other day. I've got all of that there that needs to be taken and sold or collected. I did say about getting a tanker. 2 more there and 1 more on the go. So yeah, the milk production is going really well. Just what you need. Righty-ho then. Back in a jiffy. I'm back. I've leased a Capello HS12, which is a 9 metre. And we're moving. Okay. That's good. Well, at least we haven't gone down too small. So we've gone just from the 12 metre down to the 9 metre. And it is working. Broken dreams. Oh, that's better though. Glad about that. The crop was here already. I don't know what the yield's going to be like, so I don't know if it was... Is it in a straight line? It's not in a straight line. It's not even properly at a diagonal either, is it? Let's just have a quick... Let's have a quick shufty. Yeah, there's nothing on it, is there? And it's going to need ploughing anyway, so that's alright. Doesn't need lime though. That's good. So this one's only leased. I thought I'd lease one to try it. I wasn't going to buy one straight away. So I need to take the other one back. We'll get to, once this is finished, I'll use this for this harvest, but the other one I'll buy. It does now mean though that for the regular headers, oh, that's frustrating. I have to rethink those as well. It's not as bad, to be fair, because at midnight we're going to get that big payout. When the price comes back up on digestate, we'll get all the rest of digestate sold. So we'll have to take a bit of a hit on this price-wise or cost-wise, but not too bad. So what I'll do is I'm going to go around and try and get a nice bit of a border in, so I can get a worker going. That should run. Are we running north, south, east, west now? Right, got to work on that. So going that way and that way. It'll overrun that side and that side, but it's not going to go near the water. So what I'll do is get this to go up and down. Might miss a little bit on the outside. I don't know if I've come far enough over. And we'll sort out the other one. You know what I'll do? Let's pull it over just a little bit more. Just bring the next row into play. There we go. Excellent. Right. Hop out. Let them carry on. I'll take the other header back. We'll go and get that. Bring that up, and I'll get the second one going as well. And then once this field is cleared, the corn I'll probably just put for the pigs. I might sell it. See what happens price-wise. What we really, I honestly believe, and I don't know if we're going to get anything like it on FS22, we need an ethanol plant. We need somewhere we can take the corn, other than just selling it or using it as a silage crop. I think that'd be quite cool. But you never know. The plan is working-ish. I'm just looking at the sweep down there. It's a big whole field now, isn't it? All my gear. See, good reason for getting the loads of big tractors. It does help quite a lot. So the frustrating thing was, I opened the header up when I got the first one. Opened the corn header up, drove forwards and backwards to make sure it would actually move. I was worried it was going to hit the ground and lift the tracks, and oops, didn't even dawn on my mind that once you started the engine up there wouldn't be enough horsepower to run it. There you go. We are the cavalry racing to support. That's how it is in my head. Let's open the header up. We'll go this way, I think, first. Let's harvester needs to be. There we go. Let's rock and roll. We are going at 6 miles an hour, which is where we need to be. I think what we might do, just need to judge the angle of the field. No, that's the wrong one. That's the one I'm looking for. So we should be coming almost straight north-south here. So what we'll do, yeah, we'll run up the field. Next run down we'll just go straight, and I'll tidy that triangle up. Then both harvesters will be going north-south. We'll clear this, we'll mop up, then we'll get our plough out, plough the edges, lime those bits, fertilise, and then we're ready for seeding. So next episode, or maybe off camera, I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, we're going to get this entire field, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, which only leaves, how expensive is field 14? 172 grand. I've got the money. Let's do this. If we're going to do it, let's do it. So, our field now. Well, it's more than half of the island, isn't it? Oh, look at the size. That's going to be absolutely massive. Right, come off of that. Let's now go up to fruit types. There's nothing in it. Oh, there's something in it growing. Oh, that's annoying. But it's got no fertiliser, doesn't need ploughing, doesn't need lime. Okay. So what we can do now then, I've got rid of the Devourer. I sent the Devourer home because I didn't think I was going to need it. That was silly. Once done, actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this section, which means I can then plough up between the two fields. Oh, this is going to be absolute. I might need to get a third harvester. So after midnight, when we get our big payout, maybe a third one of these. Now. So it has got enough horsepower. It is running, but just not a 6. It's not. I suppose it's a fairly steep incline here, isn't it? Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, and then I can plough this gap to the right between the two, and I'll just cultivate in or plough in what I've got there. We'll do the edges. There's a load of trees that end that I could do, and there'll be some down the side. So maybe back out with the Devourer. Like I said before, the Devourer is expensive to lease. If you don't buy it, it's about $6 grand. As long as you make more than $6 grand selling your wood chips, you've covered the cost of leasing it. So it's all good. Well, what I'll do then, I'll clear that triangle. I'll get both of these workers working. While they're working, let's get the rest of this all prepped. Exciting stuff. Right, let them turn around first. He's missing bits though. It's a bit odd. A bit peculiar. With that. If I do the strip at the other end, that means the little bit I did leave, I can also do that. And we'll have our field combined. Yeah, there's some that's going there. Okay. Plus I need to keep a check on the biogas plant just to make sure that I've definitely turned on. Yeah, just to make sure I'm keeping on top of selling the silage. So by the end of this episode, we should have one complete field combined. Ploughed out, limed, fertilised, good to go. Once that one's seeded, once you do all the seeding, I'll run over the bits that need a second. I just did it in the wrong order, that one. I should have fertilised first, then done the liming, then fertilised again, and everything would have been alright. It's my own fault. Oh, I already did a strip, didn't I? Don't need to worry. Let's turn that off. Okay. We're not going to get a massive amount off this field. It was never about, I didn't plant this. This is bonus. Buy the field, get the crop with it. Bit of result. Do that one there. There we go. And that'll give me everything I need. Although, see if I can line this up. What do you reckon about there? No, that's far enough over. Let's go about that row there. And boom. Right, let's jump out, go grab the tractor and trailers, unload the other harvester, then I can crack on getting the ploughing done. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to do my first one in this. Going to be able to do a monster soybean. We've got sunflower on the go at the moment, do soybean. Yeah. I'm moving into the final stages of Operation Mega Field, and it is all the trees that were this end. I'll say, well, yeah, most of the trees, if not all of them. I've left a few here and there. I've cleared all this. This was a little bit of woodland. I got, well, what did I get in the end? 520,000 litres of wood chip using Devourer. The first 250,000 litres I took to the sawmill, didn't even think to check the price because it had been sitting around 370 something for quite a while. When I sold it, I only got 50 grand. I thought, I'm sure I was getting about 120 grand last time I did it. The price had absolutely plummeted. It was only down at 200 or something. So, yeah. So the next 270,000 litres I took and I've put into storage up at the farm. So when the price comes back up, we'll sell that. So all I'm doing now is the extensions. If we check the map, we will see that the rest of the field now has been ploughed where it needed ploughing, it has been limed where it needed liming, it has been fertilised. Like I say, that first bit, that was just a mistake. So once we seed, I'll go over that bit again. So all I'm doing now is extending this top section. We'll get in, fertilise it, then we'll lime it, then we'll fertilise it again. And that will be the mega field. Fields 9 to 14. That's going to be some fun and games doing that. My reusable wool pallet, the 64,000 litre one, is full, and I've got two, say, smaller ones, standard ones. I've loaded those onto the Berkman trailer with the Land Rover, and I'm probably going to take those to boat unloading station 1. That's the best price at the moment. Just sweep that in as neatly as I can. That'll do. So, yeah, I mean, it's all going right. There is a new company have set up near the pellets sell point, a little market thing, because that market's being developed, the little supermarket's being rebuilt, in the hopes that prices, there'd be a bit more option with regard to pricing, more specifically to do with the wool, but unfortunately the price is incredibly low, which I'm puzzled by, because the last time I used that, the self-marketing mod, the price for wool on Stone Valley was through the roof using that, so I'm not quite sure why it's so low. It's still a better price at the boat unloading station 1, but that'll be the next episode. I think I'll whiz off. We'll do the wool first, and then this all needs to be seeded. I'm going to go for a massive soybean harvest. The sunflowers are all growing very nicely. Don't think actually you can see the yellow just off in the distance of fields 1 through 6. It's a Sun Sea, a slightly poorer version of Sun Tzu. Not quite the art of war, the art of something, I don't know what. But yeah, it's a sunflower sea. It looks amazing. So once they're all ready, we'll be harvesting those 2. So a couple of fairly big harvests, although obviously they'll be on separate fields. This is going to be one massive one. I still can't believe I've just done this. the time it's taken me, and I've been playing in real time, so was it 1:45 now in game? I can't remember what time it was we first started on this. There was the decision to buy this final one, Field 14, which meant it then had to be cleared and prepped. Now I thought, well, do the trees at the end, and all of a sudden you're 2 hours in or 3 and thinking, blimey, this is taking longer than I thought. So I will see you on the next one for more fun and hilarity. I'm hoping that my harvesters will get an upgrade, an update and something for a bit more horsepower. Then I won't have to sell those 2 draper headers. Although they did work, I wouldn't say perfectly, but they worked fine with the 9-metre corn headers. They struggled a little bit on the hills, but they kept moving, so I can't odds that. Oh yeah, the corn I ended up with off of that field, bearing in mind it hadn't been fertilised or anything, 81,000 litres of corn. I think I'm now sitting on about 150,000 litres in storage, which was for the pigs, but I've got pig food as well now too, so it's all working out all right. And I'll see you on the next one. I think that's will be the best bet. I'm just thinking time-wise as well. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're still enjoying it. If you have, and if you are, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.